Hi, I'm Natalie Sheffield. This is How to Hobby, and this is...
My name's Audrina.
All right, so to start this off on a little different note, if you have a hobby, this is to anyone. You could not be from Rains, you could be someone who just works around town. If you have a cool hobby, ask to sign up. Make a comment on the video. Please sign up. Talk to me. Talk to Kaylee Ortwig, our camera woman. Sign up if you do anything. Ever. All right, so what would you say that your hobby is? How do you hobby?
I bookbind.
You bookbind. All right, can you go into a little detail about what bookbinding is, what it entails?
So bookbinding, the way that I started bookbinding was I watched a video of this girl who took an entire online story and made it into a book. And I was like, wow, if I could make every online version of a book that I absolutely adore into a hard copy, that would just make me so happy. So I learned how to bookbind, and now I make sketchbooks for myself and for others.
Can you explain about a little bit on what bookbinding is, what you're actually doing?
So bookbinding is like cutting, you cut pages, you cut a copy, you cut everything to the same exact thing, and then you poke holes in it and you stitch it together.
Stitch it together with what would
I use
you
a ladder stitch.
A ladder stitch.
With, so I don't know how to show this without like a physical form, but you have a piece of paper and it's folded in half to the size of the page that you want. You X-Acto cut the sides so the pages are flat. I also sand them just so they all blend together. Then you get your covers, it's folded in half and you have dots. So you stick the needle through the dots and you have like them spaced out correctly.
Ooh, all right. I can actually say I've done this before. I can understand what kind of goes on. Do you make your own paper or do you print them? You said you do online copies?
So with my so I have two completely different methods of doing this. I actually do make paper. I've made paper before, out of newspaper. It was a very fun activity. I taught my sisters how to do it as well. I did that for one of my sketchbooks. And then online you can print out, you have to open up like a big Google Doc, make sure everything's lined up, the pages are correct. It takes a lot of time because if you're stupid, like me, you don't know what pages go where because you forgot to number them. So you have to go through and read the entire book like 6 times to try and figure it out. And then you can bind it together eventually.
All right, so you already said that how you got into this hobby. How did you, what are some resources that you used for getting into this hobby that you would recommend for beginners?
So there's a lot of things on YouTube. I don't know them off the top of my head, but you can always just come find me. I don't know. If you have any questions, I can definitely pull it up and show you some of the things that I've done. I can show you some of the books that I've made, as well as I can teach you how to do the leather covers that are on some of my books.
Ooh, all right. What would you recommend, the tools that they use for someone getting into it?
Okay, so I would recommend some thick cardboard, not cardboard boxes that you get from Amazon. Those suck, by the way. Don't use them ever. They suck. They get wet. They're trash. Use a thick cardstock type material, like a poster board almost, but not a poster board because that also sucks. But the thickness of a poster board, that works perfectly. An awl, you will need an awl. I tried just shoving a needle through it with my table, and I cannot tell you how many holes are in my table. It is a wooden table with metal needles going into it, and it is so difficult whenever you stab yourself. I'm telling you, also get thumb covers because it hurts whenever you stick a needle through your nail. Don't do that. Do not recommend. -10 out of 10.
That seems very important.
Also X-Acto knife and sandpaper, and do not, I'm begging you, please do not try leather work as your first thing. Please watch plenty of videos on how to do it. Test it out on smaller scales because you will mess up and you will cry about it. Because I did. I most definitely did. And I am so sorry. to my mother for screaming a lot in my bedroom at how many times I've stabbed myself in the finger and how many times I have made the leather too small and then you can't fix it.
All right.
You're welcome. Oh, and masking tape. Masking tape is the best for cardboard edges because then you can just cover it up and it's not there. Totally. Just cover up your mistakes like everybody does.
All right. So, final question, and I feel like this will be a difficult one. What would you rate this out of 5 stars? And
0.
Would you recommend it?
Yes, I would recommend it, but it's terrifying. Unless you have major ADHD and you want to do something difficult, because it will give you like 3 days of something to do and then you will change your mind and do something else.
All right.
That's how I got into it. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make exactly 1. And then I made 6. And then I made 17. And then I started making sketchbooks. And then I started painting after that. That was a great transition.
Great transition. All right. I've been Natalie Sheffield. This has been
Audrina.
And this has been How to Hobby. And again, please sign up.
Yes.
Please sign up.
I
Talk to
volunteered
me,
on a
talk to
whim.
Lance. Comment down below. Please sign up. All right, that's all we have for this one today, Wildcats. This has been How to Hobby. Now, on to the next one.